Okay guys, today we're going to look at White Box Learning's Mousetrap Car 2.0 touring car version. We're going to look at the distance car. This is the level 3 challenge. I'm going to go straight into the engineering mode here, and I'm going to start a new design, and we'll look at the default designs here. So we're doing new. We're going to start from the base design, and in getting started, after you get into the engineering area, remember we always start with the outputs. Let's look at our design specifications and work from those. So when you look at these design specs, the defaults have several things that are out of spec. Our frame width is out of spec. So right now we're designed at 46 and our minimum is 50. Our max is 80. Our wheel diameter is out of spec. Currently we're designed for the small front racers, it looks like, at 35 millimeters, and we need to be at least 40 millimeters here, or a 150. Our rear axle position is looks like it's too far away. We're designed at 25 and our maximum can be 24, so we're going to have to move that up. And our wheelbase, looks like our wheelbase here is too short. Remember, that is the distance between the front axle and the back axle. Probably one of the biggest challenges on the level 3 is they've incorporated the cost feature in here. And notice that the maximum cost we can spend is $725, and right now we're up at $1124. So we got to bring a lot of cost down. So keeping that in mind, let's tackle things one at a time. We'll look here at the frame width and see what we can do to bring that in spec. So go into your engineering mode. So start if you want. You can turn the eyeballs on and you look and see what you currently have. This is the default car. This is what you're going to be modifying. So that first design spec we're going to take a look at is the frame. We want to look at the chassis here, and so our chassis length is a 304, but notice this is a rally car, and we're talking about a distance car, which is a touring car. When we pull distance up, it has this balsa deck on here, and notice these rails also are a little bit bigger. So that spec that we were talking about is the width. So just by changing over to the touring balsa car, I made my car longer. I made the and now I have a deck, and I made it a little bit wider here. I'm going to go with our minimum, which was 50, just to make that change. We're going to hit apply, and we're going to go ahead and pull our outputs up and take a look and see where do we fall now. So just by shifting over to a touring car, my frame length is within the design spec. It's almost at the maximum there, and our frame width has met spec. I have some wheel issues here, and we're going to start just simply by making this car, bringing it to spec, and then we'll see what it does in the performance end as we try to make it better. So it looks like our front wheel diameter is still too small, and we also have to look at our rear wheel axle. So go back to your engineering mode, and we'll close out for right now, and we'll look at that front axle assembly. And in our front axle assembly, we can define our wheel parameters. So the front racers are our small wheels that are on there. Let's make these wheels the 3D print wheels, and we'll go ahead and just make them a solid wheel right now. Okay, so this rear axle position, we need to adjust that. We're at 25, so in our engineering mode, let's pull up the rear axle here, and let's go. The minimum they have set was 8. We're going to go with 10. Actually, the closer we are to the rear, the further we can make our wheelbase. And we're going to hit apply there, and we'll say we're done with that. Let's go ahead and check our outputs and see how we are doing with the specs. Well, we're doing pretty well, except our cost is significantly high, and our mass on this vehicle right now is in great excess. So what can we do to cut down mass? Well, remember that deck I talked about. We're going to go back to engineering here, and we're going to look at the chassis. And this touring car has this deck on here. We don't need all this extra wood. Let's cut away some of that wood. We're going to cut it down to the minimum length of 98. If you're going to include a deck underneath of a car, which we have to have if we're a minimum width of 50, I'm going to say apply that. And notice this shrinks it just to the length of the Mousetrap car. And that should do a good job of reducing our weight. Let's go back to the outputs and take a look and see what effect that had on our weight. Well, it did cut our weight down, but we still have some significant issues here where we're overweight, we're over cost. One of those costs is going to be these rear wheels. You know, this is a purchased wheel, and it is extra money. So let's take a look at our rear wheel here. The Tamiya narrow wheel that's on there costs a good amount of money. We can 3D print our wheels. Let's go ahead and put a 3D printed wheel with, we'll do the one with holes in it. And I'm going to put a rubber band on there. That's really important that we have the rubber band on there for the traction, or it's going to slip out on us. And this is nothing near ready to race. We're just trying to make it in spec. So we're going to go ahead and apply that. There's those new wheels that are on there. And let's go ahead and look at our outputs and see what it has done to our design. So now the car seems to be meeting spec. It is well within our costs. It is nothing up here is red. We do have a design we can work with, but it is not optimum by any means. So before you, if you want, you can go ahead and enter this in the race. It will count as your iteration, but I would really want to fine tune this and optimize this before I get going. So back in the engineering mode, let's take a look at some things we can do to optimize the performance of this car. Okay, when we take a look at our car here, we notice that we do have this short lever arm, and the Mousetrap is fairly close to the axle here. Let's see how that's currently affecting the performance. We're going to pull up the performance chart, and we do see that the car is moving. It is going somewhere. It's traveling a distance right now of 5.29 meters. That's really not a good distance when we're trying to come up with a touring car. We also see that as that Mousetrap pulls it, it's constantly accelerating and stops and then it decelerates. So that's something we do want to keep. It's an attribute we like to keep. But we like to get this thing to go further, to travel a longer distance. And there are a couple different ways we can do that. Let's, for right now, we'll turn our car itself off. We're going to leave the performance chart up, but we're going to do some modifications of the car, and we're going to look at our other analysis charts down here. Well, let's pull the friction chart up and see. We notice that the front bearing is giving this thing a lot of friction. 66% is coming just on the front bearing there, and the front wheels or the rear bearing are accounting for the rest of that friction. So that's something that we can change. We'll also, let's pull up our powertrain analysis. It's a real helpful tool to allow you to look, are you working in the optimum range? So you see that we do have some friction range here, and we'd like to get out of that friction range. We'd like to have a nice curve that goes from this corner here to this corner here in the optimum range. Not so much in the traction. Right in the black is what we'd like to try to keep. So there are a few changes you can make in the assemblies up here where we can achieve that. We'll start by reducing friction in our front axle. Remember, friction in the front bearing is a huge piece here, and that's because the front axle doesn't have a bearing in it at all. So it's also a steel axle. Maybe you'll spend a little money, a little more money, but put a brass axle in there. And in fact, you just want to see how that changes. Hit apply, and you notice that already, just that brass axle, already we're covering a little more distance, even though there's no bearing. You can spend the most money on a premium bushing there, hit apply. Notice our friction has greatly reduced there, and now I'm covering a greater distance. I've got 11.83 meters. Let's see what those two changes have done to the outputs, and if it's kept us within the cost range. We do still have a car that is of legal spec. It is under the 725 cost range. This is something certainly we could enter in the competition, but you do want to work to see what you can do to make it better. But here we do have something we can work with, and let's see if we can find ways of increasing the power pole. In other words, extending this under power pole a little bit longer and getting it to continue to coast. But for the time being, we'll go ahead and enter this one in the competition. So what you want to do is come up here and you want to save this, save a working copy, and if you like to put a note on there as to what that particular concept change was, I'm going to call this one concept 3. And I know that at least I'm getting 11 meters out of it. It's not the longest of all of them, but I can save this and I can enter the competition. So we'll save, enter the competition, and now let's go ahead and go to the competition itself. Okay, now one of the things I want to point out about the competition, this is White Box National, so you can look and see where do you fall in White Box National, and here are the top 10. This is a car I did earlier, tour number 2 on level 3. These are all the folks nationally and where they stand. Your goal is to see if you can get a car that is up here. Tour 3 is a car that went, I believe I have that car going 18 meters. Actually, let's go ahead and race Tour 3. We'll do that. Let's take my design. We're going to take Tour 2 there and make him contender number 1. And I guess this concept car that I just did here will be contender number 2. And let's go ahead and start this race, and we'll see where we'll end in the end there. And there they come to their line, and get ready to pull. They're off. Okay, right away you see one car is accelerating significantly faster and has a little more of a coast to it. When you look here, Tour 2 is the winner. Okay, cost-wise, they were approximately the same, but Tour 2 went 14.39 meters, and again, that was, I guess, 6th, I think, is where it's standing right now on the national. I do have a car that's going 18 meters. That is a little out of spec. I got to bring the money down, but see if I can match up there. Let's see what you can do and how you can achieve positive results on level 3.